In a rare admission, Israel's military acknowledged its jets struck positions near Syria's capital of Damascus earlier today. The IDF claimed that it targeted Iran's special forces, but at least 4 Syrian soldiers were among the casualties, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. The Israeli Air Force also inflicted damage on the capital's airport and targeted Syrian air defense systems. I'm joined now by former Pentagon official Michael Maloof and helping us dive into this. Okay, so Michael, I have to ask you, what exactly is Israel's involvement in Syria right now?
Well, their stated notion is to stop Iran from coming into being a threat to Israel. Anything that has to do with Iran, as far as they're concerned, especially in Syria, and as well as what we've seen now in terms of their influence in Lebanon, is something that's non-negotiable as far as the Israelis are concerned. And they have actually announced that they're going to actually increase their bombardment of alleged Iranian sites in Syria, which is a real serious escalation, and it's coming at a very interesting time.
Well, that's it. It's the timing of this I have to look at, because right now you're talking about, obviously, the United States and Syria trying to pull back. You're also talking about Russia, other issues that are going on with Syria itself, and yet Israel goes and brings Syria into their equation as well. Can the Middle East handle all of these different turns at this stage?
I think it's reaching a breaking point, because it's just going to take one episode that's out of the norm, that's going to create it's going to light the fuse and blow up the keg. It's just going
to dynamite go across the board.
It's just escalating like crazy. I think that Israel will to answer your question, Israel has an agenda on its own. It's got elections coming up. It's got to in April. It's Netanyahu himself, the prime minister, has a lot of scandal domestically, and he just needs a tail to wag the dog. But it's also having the effect of possibly just dragging the United States into further conflict, which we don't need and want at this time. And certainly President Trump has stated he doesn't want it.
But that's the thing. Does Israel not have the right, though, to tell Syria not to retaliate or to tear their airstrikes? Isn't that a right of them?
It's not the right of Israel to dictate to a sovereign country to protect itself. That's basically what they're trying to do. I think another possibility that's going to occur here, if the Israelis keep it up, it's going to have a real bad impact on relations between Israel and Russia. And Russia, I think at some point, and given what happened recently in the shoot down of its own plane, reconnaissance plane, during a similar raid, is going to create a potential for a confrontation between Russia and Israeli forces, if in the air at least, if this were to happen.
Okay, well, this is all happening at the same time that you have, in retaliation, you have the Iranian Air Force commander, Aziz Nasrallah, said that they are ready to eliminate Israel from the earth. That's harsh rhetoric right there. Is this the rhetoric from Iranians productive right now when we're trying to de-escalate a situation, supposedly?
No, it's not. Admittedly, it's not. And I think that what was intriguing was his wording. He says the Zionists, as opposed to the Jews. And I think, but of course Netanyahu interpreted that as the Jewish people. Believe it or not, Iran has many Jews still living in that country today. So they're really talking about the Zionist entity, which is Israel, and as opposed to the Jewish people. But when you listen to the rhetoric, it sounds like Iran is against all Jews. It's not the case. But they are
helping the situation.
No, it's not. And I would absolutely agree with you, because it's inflammatory, and this is not what we need at this point.
Absolutely. Well, thank you once again for kind of helping us to dive into a situation that is very, very tricky.
Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
Yep.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.